So welcome back to part 4 of the workflow tutorial. We're looking at publishing your app, this time specifically on the Android platform. So we're on the Android page and I'm going to walk through each of these items very quickly to begin with and explain them, and then step by step so that you can fill them in and create the information that you need to be able to publish on the Android platform. So first we have the package name, and this is what's going to uniquely identify your app from all the other apps out there in the market. It's made up of 2 parts, but don't worry about that. I'll explain them both in a moment. Then we have the flurry key, nothing to do with McDonald's ice cream, and we don't use that anymore, so don't worry about that. The app icon name, the server key, which we're going to generate in just a moment, and below that an upload button that I'll talk to you about in a moment. Okay, so let's have a look at the package name. Now the package name comes in 2 parts. There's your domain name, which is already filled in there in the blue area, and then there's the name of the app that's going to go in the second half, and that together becomes the package name. Now a quick word about the domain name. The domain name is the thing that identifies your app apart from anybody else's. So if there are 2 Coffee to Go apps, yours is going to be identified by the Coffee to Go element, but also your domain name. If you want to change the domain name, my advice to you is don't. Really don't do it. It doesn't matter. Nobody else sees it. It's only identifiable to Google. When you put it up there on the Android platform, it uses that to identify you. So really don't change it. If you're somebody though that hears the word don't and you want to go and do it, then you can go and change that in your edit profile area, but I really advise you not to do that. And then the second part of the package name is the name that you're just about to give the app itself, and we'll put that in the box just above the blue line here. Then we have the flurry key, which as I said we don't use, so just put anything in there. 1, 2, 3, 4 is fine. Then move down to the app icon name, and we're going to put in the name there, Coffee to Go. You can use letters, numbers and underscores, but don't put anything else in like slashes or asterisks or anything like that. So there we go, Coffee to Go. Next we're going to generate the server key, and to do that we're going to go to the developer's account that we set up earlier. So you need to type in https://developers.google.com, and yes, those are my real fingers. When you've logged into your Google developers account, you want to go up here to products, and then from the drop down select Firebase, and then because we want to get started, click on the Get Started button. Okay, so you land on the enter your project name page, you enter in your project name, it's highlighted below, then you accept the terms of Firebase, and once you've done that you're able to click the continue button. Let's do that now and move on to the next page. So on the next page we're just going to accept that and continue without having to do anything. You then get to either choose an existing account or create a new one. Because I'm creating a Google Analytics account for this app, I'm going to type in a new Google Analytics account name and click Save, and it will create that new account for me from this screen. Okay, that's set up the account for me. It's going to ask for a location. I can leave that is or put my country in there. It's then asking me to accept the various terms. I'm just going to leave those as is. You can go and read them all. It then talks about data protection and Google Analytics. Again, accept them. You can read them if you wish. So now hit Create Project. You'll see an update screen while it uploads everything. Once that's done, you'll get a success message pop up, and you're now able to select that continue button to move on to the next part of the process. Okay, so from here I want you to go up to the top left select this little icon here, and then when you've done that, you'll get a drop down menu and we need to select project settings. From the settings page, come down and select the little Android icon. So on this next page, the first thing we're going to do is enter the Android package name. Now you might remember that we set this up in the dashboard, so go over here, you can see there it is in the blue. We're going to type that into the package name field here. And having done that, we're going to hit the Register App button. This then takes us through to the JSON page. So you can see we can download the JSON file here. So when you've hit that download, it's going to download the file and save it to where you normally save. So in my case, it's the downloads folder, and you can see, look, there it is, Google Services JSON. So wherever you save your files to, that's where you need to go, and remember that it's there because we're going to need this file in a little while. Once you've done that, hit the next key. This next page is nice and simple because all we have to do is leave it as is, scroll straight down to the bottom and then select the next button. The system then starts to run a little check, but we can ignore that and go straight here to skip this step. That takes us back to the settings. We want to come up here, select the cloud messaging, and then that's going to take us over here and show us our server key. And all we need to do now is copy that server key. So just move your mouse over that area and then click this little icon here to select it, and that has copied it to your clipboard, and we're able to go back to our dashboard and enter that information where we need to enter it. Navigate back to your dashboard, come down to the server key field and paste that server key into that field. Next, come down to choose file. This is the file that we saved earlier in our downloads, the Google Services JSON file. So select that, open that and upload that into your dashboard. You can see now that it's changed to show that you have that file there. And we're good now to press the update button, and as soon as that happens you should see that it's updated. The app button has changed green, and if you come back to the dashboard now, you can see there that the generate APK is also green. So well done. Take a break now and we'll move on to the next tutorial in just a moment.